Hi, I'm Joel Hill, Manager of Compliance in the BCSC's Corporate Finance Compliance Department, and I'm talking to Finfluencers or anyone else who's out there putting out content for companies or people who owe shares or other securities, even crypto assets.
First and foremost, don't be misleading. Don't exaggerate. Be balanced. Don't just give the pros about a company's stock or a crypto asset and not also give the cons, and vice versa. If you do say something that's false or misleading, you could be misrepresenting, and that's prohibited by the Securities Act. Other than that, everything kind of flows from that general principle of not being misleading. The rules are there to hopefully prevent investors from being confused. So if you're going to say that a stock is going to reach a certain price, you can't promise that because that's not something you can control. If you're talking about other future events or making predictions, you need to have a reasonable basis. So for example, if a company sold 100 units last quarter and there hasn't been a big change to the market, they don't have a new contract, and they haven't built a bigger factory, what's your grounds for saying that they're going to sell 1 million units this quarter? When discussing technical and scientific information, you do have to follow regulations that are meant to make sure that non-experts aren't confused by the language you use. And if you are acting on behalf of a company or a shareholder or other security holder, you need to disclose that fact because of the potential conflict of interest. So if you're recommending that people buy, sell, or hold a share or another security, including a crypto security, and you personally have a financial or other interest in that product, you do need to disclose that. And if you don't, you may have to be registered. Registration is something that's explained on the BCSC's website. Another circumstance where you may need to disclose your conflict of interest is if you are publishing a video or building a website or making other content for a company or for someone who owns shares or other securities. In those circumstances, because you're acting on those other behalf of those other people, you may be engaged in what we call investor relations activities under British Columbia law. And you fit in that category no matter what you personally call it, whether that's marketing, business promotion, market awareness. So if you're acting on behalf of a company or a security holder, and what you say in your content could promote the purchase or sale of a security, then you need to disclose your relationship. And you need to make that disclosure clearly and conspicuously. So if you're posting a video or publishing an article or making other content on behalf of a company or on behalf of a security holder, and that content could promote the purchase or sale of a security, you need to disclose your conflict of interest, and you need to disclose it clearly and conspicuously. So how do I disclose my relationship? Use plain language, place the disclosure prominently, and design it so that it will catch the attention of your audience. Plain language is making a clear statement, something like, this is an advertisement on behalf of, and give the name of your sponsor. Prominent placement means it's at the beginning of your video or at the top of the web page, and it's in clear font, not something small, not something hard to read. When something's designed to capture the attention of the audience, it's not buried with other information, and you don't have to click a link to see it.